Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Smith here. So right now, I'm in Gainesville at the dog park. I've got Bella here. Mama Bella, she had 4 puppies about 12 weeks ago, and so we're giving her a break, letting her come out here to this beautiful dog park to get some exercise. We've also got Buddy right here. Buddy the miniature Australian Shepherd. Beautiful day. Spring is here, and now we're getting on into summer. It's getting hot. We're having 90 degree plus days. And so I want to talk a little bit about dogs. Anybody who knows me knows that I love dogs. I love my own dogs. I love everybody's dogs. And the last thing I want is a dog to suffer unnecessarily. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about what you need to have to keep you and your dog safe in this dog park, as far as vaccinations, heartworm control, flea and tick control. As far as vaccinations, you need to make sure your dogs are vaccinated for everything before you bring them into a dog park. That's why I'm not going to bring in any of my puppies into this dog park until they're fully vaccinated. These dogs, they're adults and they're fully vaccinated. So that's the first thing. In the spring, fleas and ticks are a huge issue, especially at dog parks. Not everyone controls fleas and ticks when they come to a dog park, and so you're very likely to encounter fleas and ticks at the dog park. So that's why you need to treat your dogs for fleas and ticks. So my number one recommendation for flea and tick control is a medication called Bravecto. B-R-A-V-E-C-T-O, Bravecto. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Bravecto is a pill that you've got to get from the veterinarian. You just can't order it online unless you have a veterinary prescription. And it will last for 3 months. From the time you give your dog that one pill, it will kill fleas for 3 months. It'll kill ticks, not quite as long, maybe 2 months. But it turns your dog's blood essentially toxic to fleas and ticks. So if you bring your dog, once it's taken Bravecto, into the dog park, then all of a sudden, any flea or tick that jumps on your dog is going to die. So that's my number one recommendation. If you don't have a veterinary prescription, I recommend Frontline. Now, Frontline is a flea and tick medication that you used to only be able to get at your veterinarian, but the exclusivity period expired, the patent expired. Now any generic maker can make Frontline or use the active ingredients to make an equivalent medication that treats fleas and ticks. So that's what I'm using right now. I've used Bravecto in the past. I have some Bravecto. I kind of go back and forth between Bravecto and Frontline. But Frontline, the good thing about it is I can just go to Tractor Supply or Walmart, anywhere, and I can buy it. So that's what I recommend. If you don't want to go to the veterinarian, get Frontline. It's a liquid. You part the hair back behind your dog's head or between the shoulders, and you drop that stuff on there. Now, one thing you can do, it comes in different size vials for dogs that weigh different amounts, and it all costs the same. Like, it costs the same for you to buy a 3-month supply of Frontline for a dog that weighs 20 pounds as it does for a dog that weighs 130 pounds. So if you buy for, let's say, $40, 3-month supply of Frontline for a 130-pound dog, and divide that up, and you've got 20-pound dogs, then you can treat multiple dogs. So what I do is I buy the biggest vials, because they cost the same amount as the small dog vials, and then I split them up. I say, okay, my dog, I buy it for a 132-pound dog, and then I split it up. I calculate what my dog weighs, and I divide the percentages and make sure they get what they need. So that's how I save money. And I use Frontline, but I use a generic off-brand of Frontline. You just look at the other brands, and if it says has the exact same active ingredients, you look at the active ingredients, And if the flea and tick med has the same active ingredients as Frontline, well then it's equivalent and it's a little less expensive. So you may save 10 or 15 bucks on that. So my other recommendation, especially, well, all year round, but especially right now, this time of year, is to always treat for heartworms. Heartworms are carried by mosquitoes. The mosquito lands on the dog just like it lands on you, but the mosquitoes are carrying canine heartworms, the larval stage. Very small microscopic heartworms that go into the dog when the mosquito lands on the dog and sucks the blood. Those little heartworm larvae go through the little hypodermic needle that the mosquito has, get in your dog, and they grow and they get in your dog's heart and they get huge and they causes heart congestion, and then they multiply. It's a big mess that you can avoid with heartworm medication that you also give once a month. Now, you can get that from your veterinarian, but I'm going to tell you right now, the main active ingredient in heartworm medication is ivermectin. So that's the same medication that some people still do believe helps with the coronavirus. I don't believe that, but that's a different topic. Ivermectin works for heartworm. So that's something you should give your dog once a month, year round, but particularly this time of year, in the spring. They're over there barking at a little schnauzer on the other side of the fence. But yeah, that's the bare minimum that I think you should take care of with your dogs before you come into the dog park, or you're gonna have problems. Specifically vaccinations. Oh, and another thing, if you're gonna come into this dog park or any public dog park, you need to have the rabies vaccine. That's a bare minimum legally. But I think a bare minimum kind of morally and to make your life easier would be to have them vaccinated for everything that they can catch in the dog park, to have them treated for ticks and fleas, because you don't want a tick and flea infestation when you bring your dogs home. And heartworm, that's a no-brainer. Heartworm, a lot of people don't treat their dogs for heartworm, and then they die prematurely. They live low-quality lives because that blood just can't pump out there and deliver oxygen and nutrients to the body like it should. So I treat all my dogs for heartworms. But yeah, the main purpose though that I want y'all to know, the main thing is the flea and tick medications. And the Frontline generic derivatives, that's probably your best bet if you don't want to go to a vet. Okay, I hope y'all enjoyed this little segment that I decided to make here while I'm at the dog park with Buddy and Bella. Come here, Bella. Oh, Buddy, right in my face. Buddy's such a friendly dog. Bella, come here. Bella, come. Bella's a friendly dog too, but she's a little standoffish with people she doesn't know, so that's good. You know, German Shepherds aren't supposed to trust everybody. Anyway, there she goes. Y'all have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.